Hey guys, Ernie here and welcome to the Paleo Hiker MD channel. We've looked at a lot of different stoves and types of stoves here on the channel. A lot of it looking at the concept of preparedness. Now, preparedness is kind of a mindset. Like, what do you need to be ready to take care of your family in any situation? The best type of gear or stuff to get for emergencies is a type of gear or products that you can use anytime. And they're there for emergencies just in case. It's kind of a dual product. You know, you don't have to rely on the grid or anything like that to use the product. You can use it off grid day to day. You can use it off grid if there's an emergency. Today we look at what I think is one of the most underrated and useful products in an emergency, a gas grill. If the power is out, you have no idea when it's coming back and morale is kind of down, there's nothing that will make it better than a hot meal. Having a reliable way of cooking a hot meal is very important, and although you've maybe never thought of it this way, having a propane grill or gas grill outside is a great way to do it. You can use it any time of year, but you can also use it during an emergency. As long as you have gas, it's always ready to go, and you can have a hot meal on the table in a matter of minutes. Let me show you guys this grill from the company Monument. They have been super nice to send this out to me, and I've enjoyed using it so far. Let me show you guys their grill. All right, guys, so we're gonna take a look at this grill. I have a few notes here, so I want to make sure and tell you guys everything about it. All right, and I'll zoom y'all in and see a couple of extra things here. But it is the Mesa 415BZ model from Monument Grills. So the dimensions on this beautiful grill are 55 by 22 by 45.5. Weight is a pretty hefty 91.5 pounds. Material, stainless steel, of course. Total power, this is a total 62,000 BTU divided amongst all four burners and the side burner over here. It runs on propane. You can see down here it holds its propane tank. Nice big area down there. And you can run it on, you can run it on natural gas if you get a conversion kit. It has four burners. Like I said, it also has this broil zone, which I'll show you here in a second. And the total cooking area is 450 square inches on the main cooking area. And then some accessory areas up top includes a total of 630 square inches. Made in China. Cost is $475. So pretty expensive, I would say. Show you guys some details of the grill. We've got a glass front here, which is pretty cool. I'll show you that when we put the chicken on. I'm actually going to lower the heat down quite a bit because I don't know if you can see it, but this thing is pegged at 650 degrees, which is a little bit too hot for my chicken. But I like to get everything super hot, and then I just lower it down. It'll lower down on its own once we put the chicken on, and it allows me to get a nice sear on the chicken itself. So I've got it at about medium. I want to actually go a little bit less than medium on all the burners. There we go. So it does have this glass panel. It has a 12,000 BTU side burner. Let me show you that real quick. Pretty standard side burner. Has electronic ignition, as you can see over here, with a replaceable battery. Very simple to do. You got your four main burner controllers. Has the stainless steel doors you saw earlier. It is on swivel casters, and the swivel casters are all locking swivel casters, which is nice. So if you want to make sure it doesn't move on you, you can lock them down. It has, as I showed you, a lid mounted temperature. You can see it's already come down. It was 650 or so. Yeah, 650. Now we're down to closer to 500. And I'm going to open it in a second and try to bring it closer to 400 before we put the chicken on. I just cranked it up so you guys could see. It took less than 5 minutes to get up to 650 degrees, which is pretty impressive. Just to show you, it's got this broil zone, so kind of in the middle, and I'll show you that again here in a second. In fact, let's open this up and I'll show you guys some stuff inside. You can see this very large area to cook on. It has this center area, so this is the four main broilers or burners, and then there's an extra burner here in the middle. It's like a U-shaped burner, and it's called the broil zone or the sear zone. So this area gets super, super hot if you turn on this extra burner right here. You can see how spacious this is. These are porcelain enameled cast iron grates. Really good, easy to keep clean. I haven't done the best job here but you can see it's just a really nice grill. All right, guys, you're going to be glad you came today just for this recipe because it is so good, very simple. Use some, you can use olive oil. I'm using some avocado oil, just a couple tablespoons, just like that. You can mess around with the different ratios and stuff. Calls for 2 tablespoons of chili powder. So I'm going to put 1 tablespoon. I'm going to put half a tablespoon of chili powder. And then I'm going to get this, which is chipotle chili powder, which is a little spicier, a little smoky. And I put about a half of that. So instead of a full 2 tablespoons of the regular chili powder, I put 1.5, and then I put, you know, a little extra of the chipotle. So that's 2 tablespoons of chili powder. And you want 2 tablespoons of garlic powder. This is all rough, guys. I mean, it doesn't have to be perfect. Then we go into our half teaspoons. We get a half teaspoon of black pepper. I usually grind my own, but when I do spice rubs like this or anything like this, I just use the pre-ground stuff. Then we're going to use a half a teaspoon of paprika. 2 final things. We want 2 tablespoons of honey. Again, we're going to just eyeball this. We're going to call that 1 tablespoon. We'll call that 2 tablespoons. And the last will be 2 tablespoons of lime juice. You can freshly squeeze. If I always have this type of lime juice in the fridge in case I don't have any limes, which I don't have today. And that's it. I'm going to whisk this together. Smells so good. I usually do 6 chicken thighs with this. Hold on one second. I'm going to put a glove on, guys. Having gloves in the kitchen is super handy. I used to never do it, but now I'm just used to it. It's super handy. All right, we'll get our chicken thighs, just kind of lay them in there. One important thing tomorrow before we grill them, and I'll remind you guys, and I've done it before where I forget, but you do want to put really good amount of salt on each thigh. I don't do it. I don't know why, but they did not do it with the marinade. Originally, when I found the original recipe, I've doctored it. Like I said, added a few things. It's really not that complicated. And this is the beginning of some amazing chicken on the grill. There it is. We'll put our top on this thing. This will go in the fridge for at least an hour. I will do overnight. We're going to be grilling this tomorrow. It's actually going to be over 24 hours marinated, which is going to be really good. So next time you see this chicken, we'll be with a heated Monument grill, and it's time to grill them up. We're going to go ahead and put our chicken on. You guys should have a pretty good view from there. Now, I did what I didn't say I was going to do. I did not put salt on them. Put salt on them. I'll put salt afterwards. It's not as good. But we're going to put this on. I do not have to use the entire grill. We could probably cook these on 2 or 4 of the burners, or 2 or 3 of the burners. But I went ahead and just did it like this for you guys so you could see the whole cooking service. We're going to go ahead and close this up. Temperature is at 300, which is probably pretty good. And we're going to leave it there for now and try to get a little bit of a sear on this stuff. I will go ahead and show you guys, and you can see how nice it is that you can actually look into this. This is one of the things I did not know I would appreciate so much about the grill. Having this glass, and right now it's hot and you can see there's a lot of pollen here in Louisiana, but being able to see inside is pretty nice. And it'd be great if there was a light in there. And speaking of lights, let me show you guys something. It's going to be hard to see, and I'll try to remember to take a video and get a better look of this at night. But there's a little button on the side over here. You press it, and these are all outlined in red LEDs, so you can see at night. The actual burners are outlined in LEDs, red for the outside, and then there's a white one for the side burner. Again, very hard to see in the daytime. Can't tell on the screen. I think you can probably just make it out. But again, I'll put a video in here in a second to show you guys what this looked like, or just overlay it here to show you what it looks like. Really, really cool. So we got our chicken cooking. And like I said, I've used this thing tons already. I've cooked steaks on it, burgers, all your basic stuff. But like we talked about, having this outside and being able to utilize it anytime you want, whether it be for an overnight or just regular nighttime or in an emergency, is pretty darn nice. I think we're getting close to being able to flip these things. What have they been on? Probably, I don't know, less than 5 minutes. We're going to give them a few more minutes, then we'll flip them over. You want to let these things get super charred up. Chicken thighs are very hard to overcook. I really don't cook chicken breasts ever. Our family is kind of anti-chicken breast. We're more chicken thigh. They're easy to cook, very hard to overcook. So that's why we like them, and they're really good. We use these for either chicken rice bowls. So we'll make rice, and we'll chop up the chicken, and then we'll use just kind of make our own chipotle. You know, we use black beans, corn, avocado, cilantro, whatever. Or you can use them to make like chicken quesadillas. The overall Mexican flavor on the chicken is just so good. I'll emphasize again how good. We don't need it today, but this sear zone, if you've got like chicken, or meat or something, and you really want to get a super strong sear on it before you let it slow cook, put it over that sear zone. So what I'll do is turn on this side over here, super hot. I'll put these two on like a lower setting, and then I'll get my steak and I'll sear it off super fast. And then once I'm done searing it, maybe just 90 seconds on each side to get a char on it, which it works pretty well, I'll move it over to the other side and let it finish cooking until it gets to the temperature that I want. As you can see, I just think that the fit and finish of this grill is super nice. I'll be curious to see how easy it is to take care of. It's a pretty challenging environment in Louisiana. Humidity, pollen, all that stuff. So far, I've just used a regular stainless steel cleaner and it looks nice. Monument also sent me a grill cover for it. It's easy to take on and off. It fits it just right. So yeah, overall, very happy with it. You can see that our temperature's settled in at about 350. I'll say that every burner is about a third of the way towards high. Let's go ahead and flip this chicken. Now that we've got these going, I'm going to turn the heat up a little bit. You can see not sticking at all, which is pretty nice. I'll have to do a good clean. So let's do this. It's at about 300, as you can see. I'm going to turn this up because I want to start cooking a little bit more aggressively. So I'm going to go from a third to 2/3 on every one of them. We'll see how quickly this comes up to a higher temperature. Getting a little bit of spitting in there, as you can see. All right, it's been about 60 seconds. We're close to 400 degrees already. I'm shooting for about 400, 425 to start to really char these off. I'll let them go for about 5 minutes at this higher temperature, flip them over, and then depending on, again, with the chicken thighs, you have a lot of flexibility. You don't have to worry about drying it out very much. I'll flip it over once it gets to about 425, hopefully, after 5 minutes, and then I'll finish them off and just let them cook for another 2-3 minutes just to get a nice char on that other side. Starting to get a lot more little flare-ups and stuff because the temperature's up. You can see the temperature up to about 450, which is great. That's where I kind of want it, to try to get that deep dark char, even if it burns a little bit. That's what makes this chicken so good. And again, with the thighs, you have a lot of flexibility on not overcooking it. We're getting up close to 500 degrees, so I'm going to turn it down just a little bit. All right, we're still at about just under 500. Made that little adjustment to stop it from climbing. And it's been about 5 minutes. Let's see what one of these looks like. That's exactly what we're looking for. I'll flip this over, and I'm going to cook this last side on that higher heat for just 2 or 3 minutes, and we're going to call these done. All right, as you can see, we made that little adjustment, and it's right back to about 450 where we wanted. Right now, everything is at about halfway. So, I mean, that's pretty amazing that halfway gets it to 450. This will get up to 700 if you really push it. We're going to go ahead and pull these off. They look great. Man, they look good. Putting them in a little Tupperware here because we're going to have these for dinner a little bit later. I'm going to have to get the brush out to clean this thing. Man, they look good. Putting them in a little Tupperware here because we're going to have these for dinner a little bit later. I'm going to have to get the brush out to clean this thing. I'm going to shut it down. And there we go, guys. Beautiful, perfect Mexican marinated chicken. Now, I've used this grill for a while now. I've probably only had it 3 weeks, but I've used it tons and really enjoyed using it so far. Let's talk pros and cons. We'll start with the pros. It heats up super fast, and the sear zone is actually something I didn't realize how well it would work, but it works really, really well. I had a grill in the past that had like a ceramic infrared burner as a sear zone, and this actually works better than that. It's very sturdy. It's easy to use. It has that glass face. I never realized how convenient being able to see the food that you're grilling outside would be. It makes all the sense in the world, and I'm curious to see how hard it is to keep it clean, but so far so good. And being able to see it is super cool. I also love, I don't know why, but love the little detail of the LED rings on all of the burner knobs and everything. It just looks really, really cool. From the standpoint of a gas grill, it works really, really well. By the way, it took me about an hour to put it together. Not very difficult at all. What's interesting is my father-in-law also bought a Monument grill. That was probably 6 months ago, well before any of this happened with this company. And I put his together as well, and he's enjoyed using it. It just works really well. They're very easy to put together. Instructions are great. The wiring is all pretty much pre-done. You just do some snapping here and there, add the batteries, and you're good to go. I love cooking. I cook pretty much every day at the house, and using a grill is kind of an integral part of that because it allows me to make protein dishes very quickly. Sometimes I cook inside, but when I need something quick one night, when I'm looking for a healthy option, I'll try to remember to marinate something the night before, kind of like I did with this chicken. If you have not tried this chicken, guys, let me tell you, I don't remember where I got the recipe. It's not my own. I found it on some internet somewhere, but I was just searching for something. It turns out the family loves this marinade. I've tweaked it a little bit here and there, so I do call it my own for the most part, but it was based off something off the internet. But listen, guys, trust me, just trust me. Get these ingredients, marinate your chicken overnight. You'll thank me later. Now, back a little bit to what we were discussing earlier as far as preparedness goes. When Monument said, hey, look, we want to send you this grill, I wanted to kind of make a video on the angle that is more consistent with what we do here on the channel. And preparedness is something that we definitely talk about. Once again, just kind of quickly to review, when you're in an off-grid situation, when you don't have power, you want to be able to rely on things that are easy to use, easy to set up, easy to clean up. You can get a burner, put it inside, get the gas, do all that stuff. But what's easier than something you already have out back? It's already set up. Gas is already there. You were using it 2 days ago when the power was on. You can use it right now when the power is off because it's not reliant on any of that stuff. Pick yourself up an extra 1 or 2 tanks of propane. I have a natural gas piped into the backyard, and I'll probably get an adapter for this kit to hook up this stove to natural gas. So hopefully I never have to worry about filling up tanks. And natural gas is very reliable, even in emergency situations. Maybe in an earthquake, you might lose natural gas. I'm not going to have that here in Louisiana. It would take a lot to disrupt gas service where I am at. So I'm pretty confident that I can utilize it pretty much any time. If you've ever been through an extended power outage, which I have unfortunately several times for over a week, up to 2 weeks at a time, one of the first things you need to do is get some food out of that freezer that's going to go bad if you have no way of keeping the freezer frozen, and eat it. And the first thing you're going to do is pull out a lot of that meat. So having a grill like this is perfect during those times. Get yourself a couple of neighbors, cook up a bunch of meat because you got to cook it, and you're good to go. The point of this video is not only to look at this grill from Monument, which by the way is amazing. I really want to thank them for reaching out. I would have never thought of doing a propane grill like this here on the channel, but it was convenient time to pick one up. They offered one. I knew already that it was a great product because I had put together and used my father-in-law's Monument grill, which again was completely random or separate to any of this. So I knew it would be a great grill, and I decided to go ahead and do it. And I'm super glad that I did. But anyway, the point of this video is that you don't have to just look at certain products. Like if you're gonna prepare, well, I need to go buy a bunch of Mountain House meals. I need a water filter. I need all these things. That stuff's great, but some basic things when you're at home, basic things like a grill outside that you can use day to day is one of the best ways to be prepared. Look for products that you can use every day. You don't have to worry about it just working in an off-grid situation, and it just makes more sense. Instead of spending a bunch of money and time collecting things that you'll only use on a very bad day, try to pick up things that you'll use every day, and it will be there for a rainy day as well. What other items would you put into this category? What would you say, hey, I really need to use that as well? I can think of a few. Maybe we'll make a video just on that. If you guys want to give me some ideas down in the comments of things that you would say, hey, look, I'm going to have this around all the time. I use it all the time, and it's there for emergencies. Make sure you leave it down in the comments. I want to thank Monument Grills again. They seem to be a great company to work with. So if you are interested in a grill, I would look at Monument. I think they sell them at a lot of the big box stores. You can also get on Monument's website and pick one up like that. Very, very recommended, guys. Again, I've owned many grills, different price points all over, Weber's, all these things. This one works just as well, if not better. In particular, the two biggest things that make it stand out to me, the glass front, which is super convenient, and that sear zone, which works super well. Do me a favor, guys, if you like the video, hit the thumbs up down below and make sure you subscribe. Subscribing to the channel really helps my channel grow, helps that YouTube algorithm, and I really hope to one day get to that 100,000 subscriber mark. So do me a favor and help me do that if you don't mind. I'll go ahead and put this on my stove playlist. There's probably over 225 videos on that stove playlist at this point, so make sure you check it out. I would appreciate it. Guys, this has been an awesome video, very cool. I got to eat some great chicken, and I've got to enjoy this really nice product from Monument. As always, guys, I appreciate you checking out the Paleo Hiker MD channel. Stay tuned for more videos soon.